Hey guys, what's up? This is Dave from ConMenRDW here, and welcome to a Knockout City discussion. This is me and some people from the Knockout City Discord talking about this awesome game. I don't know if you guys have heard about it. It's going to be a really dope dodgeball game that is releasing in May. There's going to be another closed beta in April, and we all got to play back in March when what was it, February?
It was February, yeah.
Dang, time flies. It was back in February. But yeah, we are here because we want to talk about this game. And if you are pretty much wanting to get some player opinions, you got 4 people in here. It's me, and then I have my homie ShoryukenPizza in here.
Yo.
And we got JayEcho.
What's good?
And then KingGreek.
What do you do, baby?
Yo, okay. So we got a whole bunch of awesome people in here. And we're about to just be gushing about this game. We have a couple topics we're going to touch on, and if you've had any hesitation about how this game is, you're about to have 4 different opinions. So let's jump into this. First off, let's introduce ourselves a little better than that. ShoryukenPizza, give the people a quick TLDR of who you are and where they can find you.
Yo, everybody, I'm ShoryukenPizza. I stream competitive gaming with comedic commentary on Twitch. You can also listen to my podcast called The Feed from Geek Mountain. We talk about anime and video games in depth while also showcasing minority and disadvantaged individuals in America. Please come check us out. Yo.
All right, awesome. And then Jay, do you have anything you want to plug? Anything you want to say?
Yeah, you can find me at JayEcho on Twitter. I am an illustrator and a huge fighting game fan. I do a lot of character design work, done some indie game stuff. Used to work for a game called Crime War made by a big name artist named Roboto. Just been around, like I said, just checking out some games, just like that, trying to explore things outside the fighting game community, and this is looking like one of them I'm interested in.
Cool. And then KingGreek, do you have any quick plugs you want to do?
Really, I'm just a simple content creator. You can follow me over at KingGreek on Twitch, Twitter, or YouTube. I'm a variety streamer, but so far I've been mainly focusing on superhero and anime games while also venturing out into more sports games like this and Roller Champions, for example.
Cool. Yeah, I'm looking forward to Roller Champions too. That pretty much scratches that itch of sports games that we don't get that often either. But yeah, hopefully you guys can check them all out. Links will be in the description down below as usual. But let's jump into this discussion. First off, let's talk about our first impressions of this game, because honestly, nobody really was feeling this in the beginning because of that trailer that they did. It was really rough. I don't know who in marketing greenlit that trailer. It was the one where it aired during the Nintendo Direct, so it already had millions of eyes on it, but they chose to go with the approach of a mixed genre mockumentary style where it was like a pixel princess that's pretty much representing platformers. It was like an orc from like a World of Warcraft type of thing, some dude that looks like he's straight out of CSGO, and then like some random other like space cadet or something like that. It was really
like
weird.
StarCraft chick.
Yeah. So what did you guys think about that?
So,
honestly, oh no, you go.
I was gonna say for me, I honestly kind of wanted the pixel art chick to be actual game when I first saw it. But yeah, the trailer initially, the idea caught me, but like I was really worried about what kind of game it was. I wasn't sure if it even knew what it was supposed to be.
Yeah, it seemed like a game that was gonna. Initially, I was like, "Oh, this is gonna be some weird hybrid type of situation," because I think EA's done something like that before with their games. I'm not sure, but yeah, it seemed like it was gonna be really ambitious, whatever it was gonna be. But then it transitioned immediately into the dodgeball stuff. Actually, it was they started kind of like hinting towards the dodgeball thing, because the dude from CSGO was like, "I've always wanted to catch a bullet," and I'm just like, okay. So I was like, what is this supposed to be? And then it turns out it's just dodgeballs, and I'm just like, oh, okay, cool. What were you about to say, King?
Honestly, well, see, here's how I feel about it. Now, I believe that I might be one of the few people who honestly wasn't really all that bothered by how the trailer was, because again, I'm one of those people that understood the message that they were trying to bring across. Even though these characters aren't playable, as you can tell from the Switch, in the trailer from the actual characters, the gameplay or whatnot. The game was meant for anybody, regardless of who you are or whatever it is that you do or where you come from. If you want to sit down, pick up, and play the game, you're free to do so. Because my thing is with games like that, necessarily, even if the trailer somewhat throws me off, because this is what people has to understand, not every trailer is going to be a hit. If the gameplay is really what matters, because that's something that a lot of AAA games nowadays worry about when they don't need to. It's pretty much just looking pretty and not not having the gameplay be all there is.
Like
and
this,
we've
just,
all
just
played,
dropping CG trailers and stuff and no gameplay.
yes,
Oh,
and,
boy, Diablo.
and we've all played Knockout. We've all played Knockout City, so we all can attest. Even though it has the extra super duper 2000s cartoony look, the gameplay is still solid. And at the end of the day, that's all I care about. The trailer can look however it wants to look, but if I'm having fun while I'm playing, then enough is enough.
And I want to say, actually, because you mentioned that whole idea that it is advertising, it's for everyone, that's kind of why I gave it the time of day. And I guess when we talk about mechanics a little later, that's one of the important parts I want to mention is just how simple this game is up front, but then the layers, dear God, the layers are so good.
What about you, Shoryuken? What did you think about that debut trailer? Because I don't even know if you saw that trailer initially. I think I had to
You know, I didn't. Yeah, you know, I didn't see it until you linked it to me, and when I saw it, I was just like, "What is this? Like, is this the game right now?" But like, yeah, like you're right. You know, the trailer doesn't do the game justice because the game is actually really solid. So I was pretty surprised, honestly.
Yeah.
Why didn't they just have more gameplay instead of like this corny commercial, you know?
Yeah.
And why did the Pixel Princess have her own game? Because I still want her to have her own game.
Bro, Twitter went crazy with that Pixel Princess for no reason. I'm like, why y'all thirsting so quick? Y'all need to.
She cursed. It was great.
Because she cursed. Like that was another thing that honestly threw me. She cursed one time, and everybody was in love.
I was one of them. I was like, yeah, I want her game. I want her to do whatever she's doing.
It'd be cool if like they ended up having some cosmetics in game that like harken back to her aesthetically. That'd be kind of clean. But yeah, so even though that debut trailer was a little rough, the internet was like, what the heck was that? And also, like I said, it was in the Nintendo Direct, so anything that's not major Nintendo first party news, most people write off anyway. Also, EA kind of has a rep, especially after last year's Rocket Arena fiasco. That game did no numbers.
I forgot about that game. Oh my god.
Yeah, so everyone automatically was just like, oh, this is gonna be a whole write-off type of game. But
wait, which game?
Remember Rocket? Exactly. Remember Rocket Arena from last year?
Okay, see now you know what? Because here's the thing. Because I've played Rocket Arena. The issue with it really came during the back half of season 2, because the game did get a boost once it was released for free on PlayStation Plus. I can't remember what month it was. It was released for free on PlayStation Plus, and that helped it out a little bit. You know, like there was a surge in new players. People got to try it out, but after talking to some of the other players within the community, like Richie and Djokovic and whatnot, it's just going forward past season 2, there was a lot of things that needed to be done that were not touched upon going forward, which inevitably pushed away some of the main and more known players. So yeah, Rocket Arena is on a steady decline right now, and we're all hoping, and because of that, we're pretty much all hoping that Knockout City doesn't end up going that way. And so far, it seems to be that it's gonna do okay.
Yeah, it seems like the dev team for Knockout City is pretty legit, and also considering that they have the pedigree of the last game they worked on was the Mario Kart Live RC car game that came out last holiday.
Mario Kart Live Circuit.
Yeah, Nintendo just don't let anybody hold the IP like that, especially with an ambitious project like that. So you already know they already got some strong hands over there. And like I said, we all met in their Discord, and during that closed beta weekend, they were active in the Discord, and they are actively to this day still in there listening to feedback and commenting on stuff. And it seems like they actually have a lot of gears turning over there.
Yeah,
So.
especially Josh teasing us about the damn football. If you're watching this, Josh, you know what you've been doing in that server.
But we're talking like, dude, less than 5 minute turnaround on the comments, dude. These
exactly,
guys are fast.
Yeah. So let's talk, and also last thing I want to touch on. This is also, of course, after the closed betas happened. This is also after the state of play for PlayStation happened, and during that state of play, Knockout City was also in there, and they also showed off another trailer, which honestly is the trailer that they should have showed during the Nintendo Direct, which is pretty much, this is what this game is. This is how this game works. Here's some maps. Here's some special balls. Here's this game coming to cross-play. Here's when the beta's happening. But people that already played it already had the backup to that trailer. So they're already kind of like taking hints of, okay, this is what you guys need to do to advertise this game to get more people on board. So that's really cool. Again, like they're listening to the players hold on for that. So let's talk a little bit about how much time we put into the Knockout City beta. I logged in about 18 hours in 2 days, which is honestly ridiculous for a closed beta weekend. And I got to like level 47, I think. What about you?
I think I ended somewhere between 37 and 40.
Mm-hmm.
I think around 37 or 38 for me. With maybe like 12 hours in the game. Yeah.
Yeah.
I think I was at 17 or something when the beta shut down.
Like level 17?
Yeah, level 17.
Okay, yeah. Yeah, I really enjoyed that leveling system. Considering that so many people got to such high levels in such a short amount of time, that's a good look, because I already have said that I am over games that have battle passes. Like, I pick and choose my evergreen games very particularly nowadays, and one thing that's a really big issue is just how these games work with progression, like how much time you have to put in to actually get some type of feedback in game. And I really hope they don't nerf the leveling too much when the game fully releases or by the next beta, because that was a pretty good pace. Like, by the time I got into the 40s, that's when it started being like, okay, now I have to grind and start playing a lot more to get to higher levels. Like, getting to level 100 is going to take a while, but getting like halfway through, you get a good amount of stuff by that
especially
point.
with them dailies.
Yeah.
And not even just the dailies, because this is also something that I do want to touch on and give praise for. So for anybody that doesn't fully know how it works, so we have our standard battle pass for Knockout City, right? But the reason why there's a bigger incentive to grind out the battle pass and get the stuff forward is because while yes, everyone will collect every item that's in the pass or that season, the items in the pass are randomized for each person.
Yeah.
So you have your own unique path as to what you're going to get. So for example, I could end up getting a black and white leather biker jacket at Battle Pass level 6, and the V might not get it until level 14.
Yeah.
So on and so forth. So everybody's going to get the same, but some people are going to get it sooner than others, or much sooner than others.
Mm-hmm.
That's actually really cool. Yeah.
Yeah, it's a little different than most other battle passes. So when you, of course, nowadays when you hear the word battle pass, you immediately go free to play game. I have to buy the battle pass. This is the situation with Knockout City. We can get this out of the way now. Is this game is apparently going to be $20 base price on some Fall Guys level type stuff, which honestly, $20 buy-in isn't that bad. $20 is nothing to me nowadays. And honestly, that's not that bad of a price. Because honestly, I'd rather pay $20 buy-in and then have access to every single thing you ever put in your game, instead of having it free and then having to drop another $10-15 every 3 months. That's just
dude,
monetarily, like that's a smarter decision long run.
Even the kind of person that I am, dude, like, I mean, I love this team. I love the work they put in. $20, I'm gonna put in some more money for like just whatever I can get in game.
And then instead of buying battle passes, you can also, it's like I said, like unlike Fall Guys where you don't have to buy the battle pass, they're probably gonna have it where you can buy their in-game currency if you want to. Which is called Hollow Bucks, and then they're probably going to make it where you can buy packs of those, and then you can use those in the in-game store to buy things that are going to be rotating in and out of the store. But you also get the Hollow Bucks just by playing the game and doing dailies and doing stuff in the past too. So there's lots of flexibility of how you can get money to get cosmetics, because there's also no classes, there's no character-based system. It's all literally your avatar looking the way that you want it to. So yeah, that's how they're dealing with that type of situation in regards to monetization and buying into the game. I think they also said that there's gonna be some type of trial period that you could do if you wanted to play the game. Maybe like, yeah, they didn't really say anything other than that, but they said that instead of paying the $20 up front to play, you can try it out for a little bit, and then at some point you're gonna end up having to buy it to like continue playing, I guess. But
that's gonna be really good for opening up the community.
Yeah, like if they did like a free week or something in the beginning when it launches.
Free week.
Yeah. But what did you guys think about the cosmetics in terms of the game? Because honestly, I love the aesthetic of Knockout City, like whole ass. Like that
was the reason I gave it the time of day.
Exactly. Like I really love games that are starting to do this urban, artsy, colorful aesthetic on like Splatoon, Ninjala type of thing. Unlike Ninjala, this game is actually really good. So
wow, the shade.
Disappointment of the year in my opinion, but I digress. But what I love, unlike that, what I love about Knockout City is base skill that you need to play Knockout City. It's like Jay was saying earlier, like there's layers to this. It's regular dodgeball, but then if you get deeper in there's a lot of mechanics that you can get into, and it's like you can end up in a volley with somebody, and it almost comes down to like mind games at that point. And then if you add on the layer of like team strategy, then it gets deeper than that. But yeah, I really love how this game works in terms of gameplay. So honestly, let's start talking about how the game plays more in depth. So like who wants to start off first? Like what do you think about the gameplay, just base? Like once you got your hands on it, how did it feel to you?
PC players are overpowered.
You mean like mouse and keyboard players?
Okay, so let me explain. Let me explain why I make this case. And a lot of people are gonna understand exactly why I say this. And I know this because I've tested it out and I've seen it. So for everyone who plays with the controller has a set limit of sensitivity for how high you can go. Whenever you do a full 80, that's a full turn to your opposite direction from wherever you're facing. Mm-hmm. Turning the controller up to max sensitivity in order to catch a ball with some heat on it, not a normal ball, but in order to catch some with some heat on it, at the very most, you're turning around and you're stopping from somewhere between 140 to 160. You're never going to get that full 80. And then on top of that, especially when it's a shot that you're not looking at, that you have to rely on the sound and the warning notification in order to know that it's coming.
Talk about that though, by the way. So just let people know who haven't played the game or seen it too much in detail.
So there's also a warning indicator that lights up around the edge of your screen that lets you know whenever a shot is being thrown at you, and it only comes up whenever the ball is thrown, and it's not necessarily an accurate timer. It gives you an immediate warning whenever the shot is thrown, but it doesn't tell you how fast it's going. That's up to you to decide. So it can be a slow ball, it can be a slow ball, or it can be a fast ball. It can be a ball going at tier 3. And the reason why I say tier 3 is because there's a total of 6 tiers into how fast the ball can go. Once the ball hits tier 3, it becomes incredibly hard to catch, and you need to have eyes on it in order to be able to stand a chance.
Did you notice a lot of players were doing that? Like they were literally turned the opposite direction and caught the ball still.
Oh, I've done it personally.
It's-
Yeah,
I
when
guess
I
we can
first
make-
hopped in.
Yeah, I remember
When I
you
first
saying
hopped
it was
in,
really high.
Yeah, I was like, oh shit, dude. Like I moved the mouse like for like, you know, I guess a millimeter, and I was already like turned around.
I think we just got to see during the crossplay beta to see how they're gonna like deal with that.
Yeah, the console players versus like PC players is gonna be really interesting because like we just mentioned, this game is gonna have crossplay and cross save. Bless the gods, like that's,
Oh, I didn't know about that.
Yeah,
Thank
they
you.
said crossplay
Yeah,
and cross
like-
save, so you can double dip and be safe. Which I was like,
Yeah.
I'm super hyped for. I'm gonna switch on Switch and PC. So
Yeah, it's gonna have that at release. It's gonna have that at release, and I believe it's gonna be in this beta as well.
Did they
Yeah.
confirm gyro for a Switch?
I don't think they have confirmed, but I'm pretty sure they're probably thinking about it.
It might be.
But yeah, so that is for sure something to think about with the mouse sensitivity. But I think, for example, with this game, since it's not a traditional like third-person shooter, it's a dodgeball game, and also instead of having to aim down your sights like manually, every time you pull the trigger, like the right trigger on your controller, you're already auto aiming at the closest player to you, and then you can flick the right stick and then adjust your aim to any other players. So you can pretty much get off some wild shots pretty easily. It makes it very accessible. But I guess when we get to that point when we do have high levels of play, and maybe once the ranked play starts kicking in, then we'll start seeing where those levels are differing versus like console and PC players. But I think a console player 100% could stand on their own versus a PC player in a game like this, especially like I said, because it's not just going to be you volleying with someone else. Then if you end up having a friend involved, then you can do those passes, then you can do those team ultimate ball throws, you can do like fake outs and stuff like that. There's a lot of depth with like throwing the ball. So I don't know if we mentioned it already. For those of you who don't know, you can throw the ball regularly, you can charge it, you can arc it, you can curve it, you can do literally just want it type throws where it's someone's looking straight at you and you can hit them from their left side, from the like standing right in front of them. Like, it is so silly. Like, I've had some really insane trick shots that I've caught on camera, and I'm just like, I need, like, all of the Twitch clips that come out of this game are going to be hilarious, and I've already seen some. They're already like highlight.
I have some as well.
Yeah,
I have some already as well.
Mhm.
But because I will say this, and I promise that this is definitely going to come up again. But because I know that there's already a competitive scene that's forming for the game.
Oh, snap.
Essentially, yeah, there's a competitive scene that's forming for the game. Essentially, I think it's called like KC League Hub. I'm in that server. And I'm interested in playing competitively and whatnot. Like that's
Yeah, we gotta get our jersey soon. I gotta get my jersey bod ready with that.
Jersey.
yeah.
Let's talk about the base game itself, though. So
Yeah, I'm wondering. So I was about to mention. I was wondering if you guys played the beta alone, or if you guys got any friends to jump into it. Because I was running with a team of 3 for a good amount of the weekend, and honestly, playing those. So this game is really good. You can play it by yourself. Honestly, I think they need to add a ping system in this game also in some capacity.
Absolutely.
But playing this game alone isn't as much of a pain as playing like other team-based games alone, like any battle royales or any other type of shooters or anything like that. Because like I said, it's dodgeball. You can get off some pretty good shots just being on your own. But when you have your teammates involved, and you actually have some pretty good chemistry, and you can actually do call-outs and stuff, then that's when it gets pretty wacky and intense. So I'm wondering if you guys got anything like that going on.
Yeah.
There you go.
I was gonna say most of my time, I ran it completely solo. I was telling my friends about it and stuff like that, but it was kind of like really late in the beta before they can even get it like an invitation to it. So my whole experience was solo, just learning just how the game works and starting to see like what kind of teamwork things you can do in passing. Because I think as of right now, the only true ping they have is pass me the ball.
Yeah.
But
Pass me or throw me.
Mhm.
yeah, that's useful already on its own. Like expanding upon that is going to be really, really great.
If they
But
were to
like
add
as
one, I'm thinking one where it's like there's a ball over here, or enemies over
Yes.
there,
Yeah.
and stuff like that, or over here. Like honestly, just there's a ball over here, and also enemies are over there. That's all I need, honestly.
yeah, because after a certain point in time in the game, you start playing the game of like, where's the ball?
Oh, definitely. Yeah, I can see competitive games being like having one person like just passing balls and finding balls.
That's the honestly
Just
gonna
keeping
be
the
ball pass
keeping the
meta.
ball economy. Yeah, the ball economy on like a certain team. Figuring out like because if you don't have the ball,
Yeah, then
then
you're at a
your only
disadvantage.
option is to tackle, right?
or throw your homie.
or throw the homie.
Yeah,
But see,
But
when you
that
throw
could
your
be
homie,
suicide.
like
That's
that's
high
a
risk.
risk. That's another thing that people need to know about when you're using your teammate as a ball. There's a very, very high risk to doing so, because if they catch it, well, no, there's a ball type in the game which is known as a cage ball, which basically locks you up whenever you're hit with it. Now, if you're being used as a teammate ball and the opponent catches you, the effect is similar, but you're in that cage for a lesser amount of time. But it is still very dangerous because the teammate ball is a one shot.
Mm-hmm.
So
Well, the
So
ultimate.
before you continue,
yeah.
let's let everyone
It is
know.
a
Yeah,
one
you
shot,
can turn
yeah.
into a ball and then you can yeet your friends.
Yeah.
That's a concept in this game.
And then literally,
Yeah.
you don't
You
even
don't have
have
a
to
ball.
throw them hard. You can literally just tap them with your friend's ball, like the friend ball, and
Assault throw.
that's already out. Yeah.
yeah,
Like a
because
spirit bomb.
Mm-hmm.
Spirit
yeah,
ball.
okay, yeah, too. So the spirit bomb is essentially our ultimate, where where basically your teammate turns into a mortar shell that you fire off into the air, and anybody that's hit within the impact area,
Just
that's
gets
also
eliminated,
yeah, that's also instant kill. So any hit that comes from a teammate ball, that's an instant kill. But
And I gotta
And
say-
you can't catch it. You can't catch
Yeah,
it.
you can't catch it. I gotta say,
can't
like
catch
when I
the
first
ultimate ball.
you can catch a normal one. You can catch a normal teammate ball. You can't catch the
Yeah.
ultimate.
Yeah, you just
yeah, the
gotta run.
ultimate one. Because I'm gonna say, like when I first started playing the game, that's something that kind of traumatized me, and I was immediately worried because I got hit by one, and I was like, "What do I do?" I tried to catch it, I tried to dodge it, like I don't know what to do. It wasn't
Yeah.
until I actually became one that I saw, okay, there is counterplay to it. Basically, there's like a lot of friction to it. So if you try and move forward and you try and go backwards suddenly, you gotta like really tug on it before it finally fully turns backwards, just like that. So if someone's running away and they suddenly like jerk forward, that's an opportunity for them to juke it entirely.
Yeah, they're not that hard to dodge, but it's like if you get caught off, like if you're in the middle of a fight and then you hear one coming and you don't have enough reaction time, then you can easily get caught in it. So
Yeah.
I had one team that I was going against. They kept doing the team ultimate balls, but they were mainly using it to scatter us. And then they had another teammate that was just throwing the balls at us when we were scattering because we were already separated. So they were using that as like a mind game tactic. So we almost had to like run at them when they threw the team ball because they were just because we just had to stay together and like run towards them. So there's like a lot of mind games with that. Yeah, so let's talk about the maps for a little bit. So in the in the beta they had 3 maps to choose from. Oh, that were all randomized actually. There was a town square map that had like ongoing traffic around the whole like outer perimeter of the map, and you can use the cars as cover, and you could also the cars were also just like stage hazards, so you could get knocked around by the cars as well, and they were like a whole bunch
don't
of
kill
different
you.
sizes. Yeah, they don't kill you, but they do knock you around. There's like trucks, there's taxis, there's like a Ghostbusters looking car going around. So those were cool. I was doing a couple of really good plays with those. They're really good use for cover. I was also using them to like if I'm running away from somebody, I hide behind the car and then I throw the ball from like an arc over the car, and then they're like, "Where the hell did that ball come
You
from?"
lob it, yeah.
And then there's also like bridges and stuff for different levels of play. There's also a fountain in the middle of the map with like an endless abyss surrounding it, so you can like end up like grabbing teammate balls and like throwing them down the well, or if you catch one in a cage ball, you throw them down the well. So yeah, that's a really cool map. What else? We had the construction site, which a lot of people didn't like. I really like this level because of the verticality of it. So it's like a construction site with like 3 major areas, and then there's like a really huge wrecking ball swinging in the middle, and it can knock you around. And then there's
It can
also
knock you off the map.
Yeah,
They can definitely knock you off the map. If you're
yeah,
not-
because right next to it there was an elevator that goes up and down that can take you to like one of the higher points of the map. But also when the elevator goes up, there's just giant crevice that it shows. And if you get hit by the wrecking ball or you get thrown in there, then that's an a KO right there.
It's not even just that. It's not even just the elevator hole. The impact that wrecking ball has is
That makes you fly.
very high.
Tremendous.
Yeah. The impact that ball has is very high.
Yep. And then my favorite map.
It will send you flying.
And
It
then,
will definitely send you flying.
And then we also
Rumble
had
City,
the city map, which was basically a map on 2 rooftops, and on the outer perimeter of that map, you also have gliders in this game too. You can run, jump, and glide, and you can use your glider on this map to pretty much float from one side of it to the other, or to cross the gap that's in between the 2 buildings, because there's like a very thin, rickety bridge in the middle of both of the rooftops. So you can also use the gliders in the wind as like mind play to like use it for different ways to get around the map and stuff like that. So that map is actually really cool. The arcs and the curves you can put on balls in that map is very crazy. So
I think another thing to point out too is when I was trying to call back to some of these, like I think you play Splatoon. When I was telling people about the rooftops, one is my favorite map because it actually reminds me of it's the map what was it? The Camp Triggerfish, if anyone knows about that.
Oh yeah.
Where it's just like that one narrow bridge that gets to like 2 different opposing sides. But with that, just trying to sneak in from one end or the other was a really, really cool tactic for me.
You're talking about on rooftop rumble, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. No, the smartest thing to do, especially against newer players, is because like everybody spawns on like the far side of the buildings, just immediately head over to the other side directly across from you, and then just grab a ball and head up towards the midway point, because everybody's going to be so focused on what's going on that bridge,
and then get flanked with a ball.
Oh yeah, I would just like if I see anyone on that bridge, I'm just coming from the side and gliding in and throwing a ball from the side.
Yeah, if you do it right, at the very most, you'll get at least 1 free hit. You're gonna lose 1 free hit.
And then if like that's also like a choke point for the ultimate ball throws too. Like in the beginning of the game, people usually try to go for the bridge, but then sometimes people throw the ultimate balls and like nuke the bridge. So some people try not even like to use the bridge at all because it's such a terrible choke point. Because then the only thing you can do is jump off it and glide to like another rooftop point, but. Yeah,
and that's what I want to talk about with the layers of this game. So like I guess sticking to the rooftops, with how this game is designed, you got your jump, and then you can do your double jump. Whether you do the front flip, return your ball and shot into a lob, whether you do the little twirl, turns into a curveball, and then you have like the glider. So there's multiple different ways to get them around like that. So like I said, moving to the rooftops.
Oh, y'all missed out on the fake.
Oh yeah, the fake
ball throw too.
I'm gonna get to that. I'm gonna get to that definitely then. Where basically, like I said, using the glider to get some horizontal distance was always really good, obviously, to get from one side of the map to the other on the rooftops. But one thing I noticed was really interesting is that if you force someone to try and catch a ball while they're gliding, they have to, for a partition of a time, they have to stop gliding. And I've actually killed a lot of people by throwing a really easy ball to catch. They would grab it and then they would just dip right into the abyss.
Yeah, that happened to me a couple of times because I was like, okay, note to self, don't catch balls over the gap. Yeah,
over the edge of the building, and it's the same way when you're on the ground too. Because like if you can kind of back someone into a corner, because like I've definitely seen this happen before. Every single time you throw a ball, if it has some heat on it, it's going to push them back.
Yes,
it's going to push them back when they catch it. They won't be able to hold their footing. So again, if you're backing them up into a corner, if you do it right, you can possibly send them off the building with that, because if they try to catch it, the amount of time that it takes for them to try to glide back onto the building is going to be very tough. Pretty much, if they weren't already in the air when they caught that ball, it's going to be tough.
And so that's what I like to talk about with the layers, like ShoryukenPizza. Like, obviously, you're a fighting game fan, right?
Yeah.
So, like, for the example, what you're saying with the pushback, you have 2 decisions. You could catch the ball, but you also can tackle into it. So, both of them put you in a advantage and disadvantage depending on the circumstance. If I were playing Street Fighter, someone's gonna catch me on a wake up. Either I can do a shuriken, wake up and hit them, or I can block whatever they're gonna throw at me. I have a decision between the two. Someone has me gets up in the corner in Knockout City, and I catch that ball, I'm probably gonna fall off the cliff. Or I can tackle into it, which I don't get the ball in my hand, but I'm alive. And that's kind of the layers I start to talk about, because on the front of that, it's simple.
Yeah, I was saying this game is to this is to sports games as Mario Tennis Aces was to fighting games, because that Mario Tennis Aces was also on that level where this is not a sports game anymore. This is a fighting game. Like, I am counterplaying you, you are counterplaying me. This is mind games now. So
yeah, the game is a huge mind game too. In that same scenario, or just on neutral, just like. Let's say one guy has the ball, one guy doesn't, but you're at like medium to close range. You could tackle, but if you miss a tackle, you're left in this gigantic recovery.
Yeah.
But if you do hit the tackle, the other you are awarded with like a lot of the enemy gets hit stun, and they're frozen in place, and they also drop the ball too. So you definitely have a lot more options at play. There's been so many times where I've I walk up on a 3v1 trying to big dick the whole situation. And what ends up happening is one guy will tackle me and the two guys will end up both throwing the ball at me during my hit stun. So I think that's having cooperative play like that, where teams have ball economy and know the frame data. Definitely will end up ahead.
The frame data, baby.
also, wait, I would like to point. I do want to point this out too, because I know a lot of you fighting game fans will love this. But funny thing is, I'm pretty sure you might not have expected it for a game like this, but Knockout City actually has rollback netcode.
That's why it plays so nice. Because I always worried. I was like, man. I don't see anybody skipping around like that.
Yeah, I think one of the devs pointed that out, because they were like, you couldn't catch this ball on those tier 6 catches if we didn't have good netcode. So you have to make sure this is clean.
Knockout
Knockout has his very own. They have their very own version of rollback netcode.
Hilarious. This is a fight.
I'm glad you pointed that out, because I was always wondering. I was like, man, I never had a problem really catching a ball when I knew I was going to catch it.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, it's literally all skill, and it's so easy to jump in. So it's especially for me, I don't really jump into games competitively like that. And also, I've kind of in the beginning of 2021, I was pretty much okay, what's going to be the big multiplayer game of the year, or multiplayer games of the year? Because last year we had Warzone dropped last year. What else came out last year? Warzone dropped last year. Rocket Arena came out last year. A whole bunch of other games came out last year. I'm
Crucible.
Yeah, Crucible dropped for a little bit.
Hyperscape
came out last year.
Pour one out for Hyperscape.
Yeah, so a whole bunch of big games came out last year, but we're starting off this year with a dodgeball game, and then also like King said, Roller Champions is going to be another one of those unique situations as well. But
you guys got to put me on that later. I never heard of it.
Mm-hmm. But considering I'm a big Nintendo fan, one of my favorite genres is 3D action adventure platformers. I'd be running around these stages like I'm playing Mario Odyssey. I'd be running, jumping, double jumping. I'd be all over the place, bro. Yeah, it feels so good to play this game, and it doesn't feel even if we're losing, I'm still having fun, and that's a big thing for me. I haven't felt this way about a game. I always got this feeling, like I said, within the Ninjala in the beginning, but then it didn't follow through. Or even Splatoon, I have that feeling when I'm playing that. Even if I'm losing, I'm still having fun. But this is gonna be a whole different thing, especially considering how intense it gets in games and how insane some of these matches could go. So yeah, I'm for sure dropping
it's 2 out of 3, and you get multiple opportunities to really come back. Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, but I'm for sure dropping the 20. I'm for sure double dipping. Hashtag Knockout City, please sponsor me. Give me 3 codes. Anyway,
double dipping.
Yeah, I'm double dipping. I'll give him 40. Not back to back instantly, but I am double dipping on this. 100%.
We all will extra codes.
Not with COVID out there.
Oh, what are you talking about? Ugh, stop.
Don't be double dipping.
Anyway, but yeah, I think we pretty much covered a good amount of things for Knockout City. Is there anything else that we wanted to add?
You're missing a whole the main part of the game. Fucking customization.
Customization,
okay,
baby. We tried to touch with it.
already. Yeah, okay.
We skipped
We
over too
touched
fast.
on it.
Okay, then let's talk about that some more.
The evolution system, you can customize like the faces, the glasses, the gloves, the outfits.
what's
Oh
that
yeah.
I was so taken aback about how amazingly well, like, it doesn't show in like the initial splash art, but when you jump into this game is culture. This game is culture because
You can be anybody,
there's
bro.
so many good even in the menus, bro. There's so many people of color in the renders, in the menus.
Gender.
It's
in
so
gender.
good in general.
Yeah, and gender, yes.
Yes,
And
and it's
gender,
like
because
very yeah. It
I'm
is-
positive 50% did not know that you had a female character until you actually went and looked at.
I was gonna call that out. Yeah.
Yeah, so
Look, I
everyone's
wasn't gonna
very
talk
gender
about it.
fluid.
I noticed.
Yeah, the characters are very gender fluid in the way they're built. You can put like any clothes on anybody; it don't matter. Just make yourself look good however you want to. All the shades of brown,
Any face,
all the shades,
any
of brown.
hair,
Yeah,
all the shades of your color.
Exactly.
The customization in this game not slacking at all.
all.
So yeah,
off the chain.
just so people know, like I said, when you talk about the gender thing, like the female and the male body types, they're not that drastically different at
Yeah.
all. To the point where, like, there's a lot of respect for, like, obviously from what I'm seeing or how this game is rigged and designed, I'm not expecting a large amount of body types, but as far as like the gender gap, you're not dealing with like the box and then the pencil. Like
Yeah.
it's really respectful for showing that both genders are like physically capable of doing this game that they're trying to do.
and also all the character models are thick anyway. Because I don't know if anyone got that.
Everybody got some thick thighs.
That what's it call it? That superhero landing where you land and your ass jiggle a little bit and you turn around and do the kiss. And I'm just like, why they thirst trapping in this game? What the fuck? Like, why they team so hot? Hold up.
Hey, why are you looking at the jiggle?
That's
Yo,
the
but
large
that's
portion.
the only one. That's the only one that has jiggle on it. Only one.
That's
That's crazy.
Thick thighs save lives.
Exactly.
Thick thighs save lives, and that's
But
the thing.
I'm-
So like for me, that was a large encouragement for you to even continue playing or even get into it in the first place. When I saw the customization, I'm like, all right, I'll give it a shot. And so when I'm playing this and you're leveling up, you find like maybe like one of the cool gears that you start off with, but then you see like, oh, okay, you can change the colors of that. There's different palettes for each like outfit that you get
Yeah,
on
the
here.
style chips. The style chip
Yeah.
system is really good.
So I was like, all right, let me grind for some style chips because I really want to turn this jacket into like a cool like fiery red leather jacket and stuff. But then you start going through the battle pass, and I was like, oh, I love this gear entirely. And then that has its own colors.
Yeah,
And
so
then
I
as you're-
started saving up those chips because I was like, because I got the rainbow.
Oh, I
crop
was so
hoodie.
disappointed in myself.
I
Yeah,
got the
same.
rainbow crop hoodie, but then the alternative colors for that, I was like, damn, he's clean.
Yeah, the purple one.
Yeah. So one cool thing
Oh.
with this game too is they give you 3 avatar slots, so you can pretty much
Yeah.
customize them all, make them all independent. They don't have to have the same voice clothes, anything. Like you can literally make them all look insanely different. And even with 3 slots, I was still switching out stuff on each one actively. So lots of customization. Also in terms of all the things you can just get in this game, there's different faces you unlock, different hairstyles. There's
And
also
it keeps
tops,
going.
bottoms. I don't know if there were shoes.
No, this is part of the whole shit.
Yeah.
This is a part of the whole
it's
set.
part of the whole.
Yeah.
yeah.
But then also there's intros, like character intros at the beginning of matches,
Intros.
defeat
MVP
outros,
stances.
MVP,
Yeah, the
stances.
MVP ones.
There's also like things for your ultimate ball form, like you can get like an anvil on some Acme shit. You can get like a TV, a heart.
I love the TV one.
Yeah, there's
It makes a
also,
different sound too.
There's also the different gliders you can get to. There's also player icons. There is a lot of customization in this game, and even like for example, the character animations for intros, outros, and MVP, they're really well done. Like the characters in this game are very well animated. There's a lot of personality in each animation. Like there's this one for MVP where you pretty much do like the 80s 90s like jump in the air and freeze frame, but then your character's like, wait, why am I in the air? And they just like look like they're panicking a little bit. Yeah, so there's a lot of really cool stuff. So I'm really looking forward to when this game launches and I actually can keep my shit because I have a
Yeah,
lot
what's
of
the
cool
launch
stuff.
date? What's the
21st.
May something. Yeah, May 21st.
May 21st. It's
May
so close to my birthday.
21st.
Yeah.
Ooh, that's a little close to
It's right next to
GG
my birthday, man. I'm
Stride
hyped.
and Final Fantasy DLC.
Oh yeah, because Strive got
a
pushed
little
back.
close. A little close.
Yeah, this
We
game
got,
is gonna
it's
be
a
a
whole,
wave.
we got a month.
This game's gonna be a wave. It's gonna be a wave.
Yeah.
If
I
you
got
need
like
to
about
hop on
20
it.
days.
I mean, more like a month and a half.
Mm-hmm.
More like a month.
It's a good time for games right now. 2021 is looking pretty good for games.
Mm-hmm. And also, like I said, this game has crossplay and cross save, which is honestly a really big selling point. Because it don't
PS4,
matter what your
PS5,
friends have it
Xbox
on,
One,
you guys
Xbox
can
Series
still
X,
play
Switch,
together, so
PC.
mm-hmm. That's gonna be great.
PC Master Race. Let's go.
Yeah, obviously we know the right answer, but you know, I'm still happy everyone else can play.
Oh wait,
Mouse and keyboard.
I almost forgot another element that's really cool. The Hideout, which is pretty much an interactive lobby.
Oh yeah, the training room.
Yeah. So
totally
it acts as
forgot
a
about that,
training
yeah.
room, an area you and your friends can hang out while you're readying up instead of just waiting in a menu like Fortnite or Apex or whatever.
Oh, can you and your friends hang out in the same place?
Yeah, you guys.
Yes.
If you guys are partied
Oh, I didn't
up,
know
you can-
that.
yeah, if you guys are partied up, you can all hang out at the hangout in the hideout. So they have an area if you're playing solo where there's like an AI robot and you can practice your throws and catches with it. There's also
the
like a
AI,
lineup.
The AI robot is always there.
Yeah, the AI robot's always there, even if you're playing local, like multiplayer or single player. But then they also have a lineup of the special balls on the side right there for you.
Yeah,
They
try 'em
also
all out.
have like a little spot on the wall that I specifically use. It's like has a little KO sign on it, and I use that to practice volleys against the wall, which actually I really like. Some people were climbing the hideout to like the tip top point of the building, like it's hyperscape in the lobby or whatever. Some people were doing that.
Oh my god.
I
That was
did
my
that.
favorite thing to do in Hyperscape.
Yeah. But yeah, you can also set your if you're playing with friends, you guys can set your team colors to where you can be able to catch or throw against each other and practice that type of.
I didn't know
tactical
that.
stuff.
That's amazing.
Yeah. So like me and my friends were when we were playing, I was like, okay, we got to have some call outs. We got to have like actually like team composition going in here. Like, what's the word if we need to pass? What's the word if we need to like
I'm
throw?
excited.
So yeah, it's gonna be a lot.
Oh no, I'm hype again. How dare you do this to me?
So it's gonna be great. It's gonna be really fun.
That's the one thing I noticed is that like you couldn't necessarily switch it. It was just more so if like whenever you loaded in, it always went like in an order. So like the first and third person to join would always be on team.
I didn't realize you could change your team color manually until later.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, no, the team color thing is wonderful.
And there's up to 4 team colors too, which insinuates there will be multiple, like 4 team matches or more than. You could probably do custom matches where it's just like free for alls or something.
That reminds me. So there's another feature in the game with your crews, which are basically clans.
Oh yeah, I forgot about that shit.
Yeah, with
Dodgeball clans.
That's gonna
our clans where you'll have access to like special stuff for your characters in gameplay and whatnot that you won't be able to get in other places. Like for example, whenever you load into a lobby, you have vehicles you have vehicles that everybody rides in on together as you're being introduced. Like
Don't
for
you
example,
dare tell me you could customize it.
when you're in a crew, there are gonna be some vehicles
You
that
son of a gun.
that are going to there's some special vehicles that are going to be crew vehicles only.
I am high.
There's gonna be
That's
some
lit.
Twitch rivals with
Clown
this game is gonna
car?
be silly. Twitch
I'm
rivals
coming up the
clown
clown
car.
car with the homies. Yes.
Coming out,
So,
everybody
like-
coming out the honey car.
You might have a UFO, you might have a clown car, you might have
Prius.
You might like-
Is this
You might have a
confirmed?
Prius.
Did the devs confirm this? Because I didn't know about this.
Honda Civic.
they did in the server. I think it might have been it might have been Josh or Quinn who told us, but there's definitely going to be there's going to be different vehicles, but there's especially going to be different vehicles for crews.
And it makes sense because the hideout has the car there too. So if it's like a crew thing, then it's definitely something they probably want to be eye candy because you can.
game
It's
is
a lot
gonna
of detail
be-
for something.
Yeah, they do show it in the beginning, in like when the game first starts, and then at the
Yeah.
ending too, they show the car in the background.
Yeah, there's no
Yeah.
way you can't touch it up and customize it with as much customization you get on your character.
I
There's
can't
no
wait
way.
to play. I can't wait to play again. I have not. What's it call it? I have not played a game in a beta like this to where the player base is so feverishly like, let us play some more. The game's done. Let us play. Like, just let us play. We don't care if it's broken right now.
I was down to put money down to play more on the beta. If they
like, give us that early access, bro. Give us that early access.
Give me $15 for 2 more days.
I mean, well, hey, you know what? Knockout City developers. I know that you guys have plenty of picks to choose from with your streamers on, like the higher tier.
Hashtag
if you buy, if you by any chance would like to sponsor some dedicated smaller creators for your game, I'm pretty sure we're all more than willing to toss our hat.
I'll make a crew with you guys right now if we can go.
It's gonna be great. And even like
the official knockout crew, the official knockout crew of creators.
Even like the people that have played already, that got their hands on it for like early access before the game even released. They had some pretty big names in that server, and like some people in this Discord server were just like, "Wait, you're in here? Oh, hold up, you in here?" So yeah, they got a pedigree already, and everyone who's played it already just saw it. Is just like, yeah, I can't wait to get back into it. So that next closed beta is gonna be hype.
Actually, let me explain this. The reason why I say that necessarily is because I know that there's going to be a ton of us that are going to stick around and support the game. But then again, I also say this because, as we all know, well, as anybody who's a content creator and you're like heavily involved in your community would know, if you're not really dedicated, or if you're not on the higher end, like the higher tier of creators, games have a habit of bringing in bigger creators for bringing them in for maybe a day or a week or two, and then they leave only to come back and pretty much test the game every now and then just to see where it's going. So it's like they bring all the attention to the game necessarily, and then once they leave, they take all that attention with them.
Nah, bro, this game already, like the people that I've you know who Big Cheese is? Big Cheese TV?
Yeah, Big Cheese.
Yeah, he's a part of Nappy Boy Gaming, which is T-Pain's crew, and he played it. And him and like his squad, when they were playing it, they were like literally they were sharing clips and they were talking about it. And they were avidly like, we want to play this more, and this shit is hype. Like, not even because we're getting paid, but because we want to play this game a lot more than we already have. So I'm just like, yeah, when this game releases, this is gonna be a wave and it's gonna stay around. So like I said, this is gonna shit on Rocket Arena. Whole ass, it is. It's gonna just destroy what happened with Rocket Arena and wipe the slate clean for that one. So yeah, we've been basically talking for damn near an hour about this game. That goes to show how hyped we are about this and how much there is to talk about. And we're not even at the next one. Probably after the next closed beta, we're going to talk some more because they're going to add a new special ball. They're going to add a new map. Then we're also going to have crossplay, so we're going to try it out on other platforms. I'll let you all know how it is on Switch. But yeah, we're pretty much done here, I believe, right? There's nothing else we need to touch on?
Probably off the mic, maybe.
Yeah. There's a lot. Yeah, there's a lot that we haven't touched on. Yeah, it was really funny.
For sure, we could for sure drop it here and keep it moving. But yeah. So in closing, thank you so much for listening to this discussion, guys. Again, my name is David from ConMenRDW. We make geeky nerdy stuff for geeky nerdy people. I do podcasts, vlogs, live streams, all that type of good stuff. Also, we're gonna have some Knockout City content for sure coming through. Unlike in Ninjala, we're actually gonna play this game. So I'm gonna move on to more people in our panel. Jay, go ahead and plug yourself one more time for the people out there.
Yep. Like I said, JayEcho pretty much everywhere. So you can catch me on Twitter, Instagram, and unironically, Wuda is on Twitch. So you want to hit me up on there? It's Wuda WUDDHA.
If you want Knockout City fan out, follow him on Twitter. Let's see.
So. Yeah, I'm definitely gonna be playing the crap out of this game on there. Just a lot. So I'll see you guys on there definitely.
Yeah. And then King, go ahead and plug yourself again real quick.
Yeah, so it's the same on Twitter and YouTube, KingGreek, KingGreek, and also over on Twitch. If you type it in, it'll just be like KingGreek with 3 L's. Like, I tried to change my name, but somebody else apparently has my name and won't let me do it. But yeah, so pretty much if you go to my YouTube, check out my content, and you'll find in the description and the about me, there are links to all of my other platforms and social medias will be there.
All right, and then ShoryukenPizza, go ahead and plug the mountain real quick.
Pineapples don't belong.
Yo, you can find me as well as my podcast, The Feed from Geek Mountain, on everything like Blue Satire once said, like hot sauce.
Everything like
Twitter,
hot sauce.
Facebook, Instagram. Yeah, and then obviously I stream 5 days a week on Twitch as ShoryukenPizza.
Dope. All right, cool. Great having you guys here on panel. Great discussion. Hopefully those of you who are listening out there who are also just as hype as we are got some validation on your hype, because yeah, this is going to be a fun one. Keep an eye out for this. It's going to be a ride and I can't wait to take it. So I'll see you guys on the next video. Bye-bye.
Peace.
Later.
Pineapples don't belong on pizza.